Good evening, ghouls and ghosts. Welcome to another episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast, live from your mom's basement. I am Skin Slipped. That is Owen Neal. And today we're talking about the stuff. Take it away, Owen.
Yes. Are you eating it, or is it eating you?
Both.
And they even say that in the movie.
They do.
I also like on the back of mine, it says habit forming, mind controlling, life absorbing.
That's great. And here it says, it will change your life forever. Yep. That's a really weak tagline, actually. So, in case...
delicious flavor to die for.
To die for. Wow. Wow, okay. Yeah, so the stuff is from 1985, it's directed by Larry Cohen, also written by Larry Cohen, who is a famous, Schlockmeister? No, cult director. We'll call cult director. He's written a lot of stuff, but he's directed about a fourth of what he's written. He did It's Alive trilogy, God Told Me To, Black Caesar, Bone, Hell Up in Harlem, Full Moon High, Q the Winged Serpent, Special Effects, The Stuff, Return to Salem's Lot, The Ambulance, and I'm missing a few more. Can't remember them all. Sorry. Those are the ones I know. He's a very prolific writer, written a lot of stuff, including Cellular and a few other notable Hollywood flicks. And Maniac Cop. Yeah, he wrote the new Maniac Cop. Directed the original Maniac Cop. So, we'll see how that goes. Oh, wait, William Lustig directed Maniac Cop, right? Jesus. Did I just do that? I totally just did that.
I don't know.
There it is. 1988 Maniac Cop. William Lustig directed Maniac Cop, but Larry Cohen wrote it. Sorry. All right. So, basically, it's about a sentient yogurt that tries to kill people. That's pretty much as narrow as I can make it. For the drive-in totals, we have two faces kicked off, or knocked off completely. Just see their fucking open mouths. We got random Bond music that plays every now and then. Multiple instances of blobbing, which is the effect of having the stuff crawl all over you, like the blob would. Multiple blob zombie mobs. What does that say? Oh, former CEO, now homeless bum using kung fu. One Where's the Beef reference. 8 kills. Stuff fu. Electric cable fu. Actual kung fu. Projectile stuffing. I rate this film 3 out of 5 stars. So why don't we go through this and through the play-by-play. Owen, take it away.
All right. I remember most of it since we did just watch it, but I might mix up some orders. I know it starts out, there's an old man in like a quarry, and this stuff is coming out of the ground. And of course, what you do, you stick your fingers in it and you taste it. And that's how it kind of starts.
He just walks up and just eats shit out of the ground. White, weird shit out of the ground. Tastes pretty good.
And it was winter time in that scene, too, because the guy's like, I don't eat snow.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I didn't even notice that was winter time. Good call. I've seen this movie a few times in the last 2 years, so I've done a commentary for it, and then I did some other stuff. So, like, you mentioned it's winter. I'm like, oh, yeah. I guess it was kind of cold. They were assuming there was snow. Of course, they did just eat stuff that came out of the ground, so maybe they're just not smart. Who knows? And so, yeah.
So now,
old guys.
Kind of cut to the stuff is now popular. Commercials. There's a kid and family. They have the stuff. The kid sees it come alive. I don't know if that part's first or if it's the boat part first.
I don't remember.
Where we meet Mo.
Oh, we meet Mo first, right?
That's where I kind of mixed it.
Okay, so we meet Mo and he's he is negotiating with another company to investigate the stuff because it's this huge hit, and they want to know the ingredients of the stuff. So that's this opening
want
scene.
To
Yeah.
steal it, or AKA make it better, as they call it.
Yes. Corporate greed. That is essential.
So we're introduced to Mo. He's a Southern man by the sounds.
Yes, he's a stereotype. Mo is played by Robert Moriarty. Oh my goodness, something Moriarty. Michael Moriarty, excuse me. Michael Moriarty, who is a fairly prolific character actor. So yeah.
Yeah, he gets hired to find out what's the stuff. Then we meet the kid and the family. He's got a brother. It's like in the night he comes down to get a snack, and he sees the stuff moving and freaks out. His dad yells at him.
Yep. Yeah, and that whole those parents are so weird. Like, can I be more obvious to make you eat this? You know, like, oh my god. Like, no, I definitely don't want to eat it. If you're gonna try to force this hard for me to eat something, the answer is no.
Kind of jumps around a lot. That's where I kind of get confused.
Yeah. And then
I believe this is where he meets.
Go ahead.
He meets the guy that passed it through the FCC type stuff.
Yeah. Mo meets with that guy to find out what
something
happened, right? And then he finds out about the CEO or whatever, and then it was. Oh no, he finds out that it was tested on just one town, right? Isn't that right? Before it was approved.
Something like that. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a regulation to me, but all right.
And him and his dog eat the stuff, or at least his dog eats it, because he's kind of scared of his dog.
Yep, he's scared of his dog. His dog's the one who eats it. He definitely does not, because otherwise he wouldn't be afraid of the dog.
Yeah, somewhere in there,
or we have it the wrong way. Maybe he is with the stuff, and the dog is one way to detect it. And that's why the dog kills him. Sorry, yeah, that scene ends. The dog kills him. Yeah, that was Danny Aiello. He's out of this picture. He's in one scene.
I want to say the dog was on the stuff because it was smart enough to unplug the phone when he was trying to call.
Ah, good call. Yeah, you're right. Let's see, I forget little details like that sometimes.
There is a scene where the kid is in the store smashing all the stuff with a rake.
It's so bizarre. Like not even like ruining most of it, just kind of knocking it off the shelf casually while yelling. You know, like what the hell?
All the customers are just like laying in it, eating it, like.
It's so ridiculous.
Mo meets up with the girl. Who's the head of like advertisement, she named it, gave it, the appeal,
the market, the brand,
very vague commercials. Yeah. He then heads off to the town where people are acting. There's only some people there. He meets up with a black dude named Chocolate Chip Charlie. With his lethal weapons, that's the
former CEO.
His company stole from him.
Yeah, the former CEO of the company who now produces the stuff. He knows kung fu.
Yeah, they head to the post office. The guy acts weird. This is kind of where we see our first stuff interaction, really, where he his mouth opens up and the stuff comes out and leaves his body.
Oh, it's so cool that it blobs and blobulates out of his mouth and moves across the floor and out the window, and it looks gross. And it's a mixture of styrofoam and like fish bones, like ground up fish bones, which is crazy. Apparently it smelled awful, and the actors had to go to the nearby river to wash off because it was just awful.
So they start heading out, and they're attacked by, as what they're dubbed later as, stuffies.
Stuffies. Yes, the stuffed zombies.
And, good old Chocolate Chip uses his deadly hands to punch people into bits. Punches the guy his jaw off.
Yep.
It's a weird scene though, because like, yeah, they're trying to get in a boat to escape, but clearly one of the stuffies is helping them by pushing the boat.
I know. Clearly, like trying to hide the fact that he's trying to do like a wrestling thing where they're trying to, like, they're clearly helping each other to do the thing, but they're doing their best not to make it look like it, and not too good. But he tries. Got to give it to them just for trying, because God, Chocolate Chip Charlie was just failing at getting the boat. He just didn't understand basic boat mechanics. He's like, it's not doing anything. I'm like, oh my God, you got to push the other side. Holy Christ.
Yeah. And the two guys on the shore were just kind of standing there like, They could clearly jumped in the boat, but they didn't.
I get the impression they can't swim.
And then there's like a really... Oh, the stuff doesn't like water. Well, that one guy wasn't in water, but it wasn't that deep.
Stuff doesn't know how to
There's
swim.
a really quick shot of that guy that all the stuff came out of. Like, he's not dead. He just like shoves some remaining stuff back into his mouth and he just gets up.
See, I missed
It's like a really quick cut to it.
I did see the shot of the supposedly supposed to be an empty head, but you can still see stuff just right at the end of the shot. You can see the stuff come into frame. You didn't cut it soon enough. So like this is a shot where it's the open mouth, gaping mouth, right? Open, and it's the stuff's out doing its thing. And you can see at the very end of the shot, stuff rolls into frame. You're like, hey.
So Chocolate Chip and Mo are at a bar, and they say they get to part ways. And I believe that there's a scene of the kid and the parents and the brother. They're all acting weird, and they're trying to force him to eat the stuff. The fridge is filled with nothing but stuff.
Yeah.
And he dumps it in the toilet and flushes it and puts in shaving cream and then goes down and eats it in front of him like, this is great.
Yeah.
Of course, it pretty much upsets his stomach. So he just runs out of the house to give up on that plan.
He throws up, I think, is the idea. Oh, yeah, that's right. He runs out of the house, and everyone starts chasing him, and he climbs in the back of Mo's car and throws up in Mo's back seat. That's right. That's right.
But you don't really see. He's just like, oh, I threw up. I'm like, no, you didn't. I do like the scene that when Mo pulls up and he's like, get in. And there's like that, quick zoom in on the kid's face. He's like, who are you?
It was a Troll 2 moment, man. So I felt like it was like, what? Like Overactors Anonymous? Like, whoa. Like, Jesus.
And then like automatically Mo knows. He's like, I saw it move too, kid.
And then the kid gets in, like, bam. That's it. That's all you need to know. I saw it move too, kid. You're like, oh shit, I'm in this car now. And then he threw up. Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Which Mo did not appreciate.
Would you?
There was that funny scene too. He's like, you feel better now, kid? And he's like, yeah. They roll down a window. I was like, I'm just sitting in a car full of vomit smell.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. Oh, man.
So they all get on their there's a private jet, and they're heading they're heading to the company where the stuff is being all mixed and whatever. They're still trying to figure out what's in it. They know it's like alive now, but they're kind of trying to figure out what it is. So they bring the kid with them. They all fly out. And they get there, and people are just like, oh, we can't tell you our secrets, of course.
Of course.
So they're put up in a hotel room, which Where was the kid? Was he still supposed to be sleeping on the jet?
I have no clue. The kid disappeared for a while.
Yeah.
I don't think there was an explanation for it. I think he just was not in the plot. And then he was back in the plot. You know?
I didn't think about that till now, because they're in a hotel room by themselves.
Yeah, by themselves.
And the pillow is full of stuff.
Oh, that was such a cool scene too. Like stuff ejects out and grabs his face. Oh, it was so cool.
I just kind of wish that the stuff was the right color. The face stuff.
It was off-white.
The off-white through
the latex, because it's a different material.
But I like all this. Yeah. Like all the stuff is coming out and attacking, and they burn it off his face. And then randomly there's just a guy in the bathroom that comes out. And the stuff kills him.
I don't know why. I'm so confused by that.
I also think, because it's kind of like, it must have been in like a room that was tilted because the way the stuff was moving and the guy was going up the wall and onto the ceiling.
That's correct. It's one of those rotating rooms.
I'm pretty sure the two people the actors were replaced by other people, like stunt people, because that guy did not look anything like Mo. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they were just stunt people strapped to that, and that was it. I would like to double take.
Because there's one shot. There's one shot you see his face, and I'm like, that's not him.
It's not Mo.
And their action is just to burn the hotel down. Burn it to the ground.
What do we do? Just leave it on fire. Don't mind. We're going to go. We're not paying for this. Just heads up.
You know, like, they steal a truck. I assume it was the guy in the room's truck. And she's like, aren't we going to get arrested? She wasn't concerned about the arsony, but the stealing of the truck.
Yeah. Wow, the arson and the grand theft, man. That's like Jesus. Like, yeah, I think the arson's the scary one, right? That's the one that's like really bad. Because you can make a case that you thought you had an emergency. You can get like a lowered sentence in the theft, but yeah, there was an emergency and I set fire to the whole hotel. Doesn't float, you know what I mean?
Some point during this, the kid ends up at the where the factory is and climbs into the back of the tanker where they pump the stuff into. I'm not sure what point this was.
Maybe that's.
I don't think he was in it overnight. Maybe so it must have been the next day.
It was the next day when they're in the factory tour. I bet you the kid was with them. See, for some reason I don't remember this at all either. And I said I've seen this a few times now. I think the kid sneaks out and is like, that's why he's in there, and that's why he gets into the pumping facility. Maybe I don't remember. It's one of those things. The kid's not the important part. The important part is more stuff happens. You know. But yeah, he's in that tanker truck.
Yeah.
Drive off with him.
Because I'm not sure where it fits in there. It has to be after the hotel thing.
Yeah.
But he gets in there. But they drive to where the trucks are going.
There's a reason this
where
movie's
they're actually pumping the stuff out of the ground.
This is the reason why this is rated higher. I found it. There's this little piece in the middle where we're like, I don't remember what happens. Oh my god.
So, anyways, they're at where the stuff is coming out of the ground and they're pumping it with the trucks. He puts on a yellow suit to sneak down there. He straps something to his leg, which we figure out later is an explosive.
Yeah. Like, okay.
He's got a little C4 glob on his leg. One guy notices that guy doesn't look right, and he follows him. And this is where kind of his series of punching people comes in. Punches that guy in the face.
He one-hits so many people, man. It's ridiculous. The guy better be super strong or something. 'Cause he punches like 5 people in the face, and they just all go down in one hit. It's like, really? You ever punched anybody?
Yeah, he puts his little C4, and he's walking around, and he hears the kid like yelling at the stuff in the truck. It's getting pumped in now. He's like, "Why aren't you doing anything?" And he's like, "Kid?" So he ends up stealing the truck with the kid in it.
Yeah.
After punching a couple people.
And yeah, just jacked. But punches that dude trying to get him out of the truck. Just one punches that dude. One punches 2 dudes. Steals the truck. What the fuck? And then I think doesn't he then one punch like 2 more dudes after that? Like later in the film?
I believe he does.
Like Jesus.
They head down the road. And I liked all the people trying to stop him by waving their arms in front of the truck and then just running out of the way.
Oh, I think, okay, I can remember. So they're at the quarry, visiting the quarry, right? And the kid is just arriving at the quarry from the factory where he snuck on the vehicle. And then they're pumping the stuff in. Okay, all right. My memory just kind of put that together finally.
It still doesn't explain where the kid's been. I guess he was just sleeping in the gym the whole time until the morning.
I suppose.
And then somehow made it to the factory just on his own. Unless they landed at the factory with the jet.
I don't know. That part's the mystery still. But there's less of a mystery to how the change. Okay, so anyway. So they're all there.
Yes.
They're all back together.
So they have the truck.
Yeah.
He saves the kid out of it. He's got the girl with him. There was a guy hiding in the truck for her when she got there.
The cop.
And they ran him over, remember?
Yeah, they ran the dude's legs over and his head exploded. I think the impression is like he was a tube of toothpaste, so they ran him over and it all shot out, maybe? I was just thinking about this.
We didn't really see the stuff come out, though.
No, it just exploded suddenly because it was very sudden, depressurization.
Yes, the cop. So they get pulled over, and I assume the cop must not know, but maybe he did because he did pull a gun on him. But first he's like, "Your hose is out," and he had the funny line of, "You're gonna arrest me for indecent exposure."
Yeah, and then that was like the best line in the movie. That was the best line Mo ever laid out the entire movie. I legitimately chuckled. But yeah.
And then they trick the cop. The kid and the girl like, "Oh, I need stuff now, don't you?"
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Which is a little confusing because the kid's like playing in it with his hand. Like, why is the stuff not attached?
Right? It's in a big puddle. Why isn't it attacking any of them?
No. But then the officer just gets on his hands and knees, starts eating it, and Mo comes up. It looks like he slapped him on the back with his double hand slap. The cop's out.
I know! Mo is it's the most ineffectual fighting ever that's somehow effectual in the movie. It would just get you beat up. It's the kind of fighting that makes you laughed at, you know?
And they head off to meet up with somebody. A guy that runs his own personal army.
Colonel, what's his face? That's some Avery crap. It is right here. Oh, sorry, Paul Sorvino is who it is. He's a character actor, and of some regard.
Yeah, he doesn't trust anything government. He doesn't want to really pretend he's like, "You're an FBI agent." He's like, "Not anymore." He threatens to throw him off his castle as well.
Off the castle, not out of it. Off the castle. So that would hurt.
Yeah. And convinces him to help. I don't remember how, but and his army.
No recollection how it doesn't. I don't think it was convincing. I remember that. I'm like, really? They're together, friends now? Oh, and the Colonel's not a nice dude. He wants to trade sexual favors for doing this for them. That's what it was. That's how he agreed to work with them. He wanted to ravish the lady, which is against her will, of course. So that's a small price to pay for saving the country after all.
Although it does not happen.
Christ.
So they take the truck and drive it back to the factory. You know, like, hey, that missing truck. And one of the guys from the army is like, you know, found it off. The guy's like, pull it in. He's like, what about my reward? Guy just pulls a gun out. Really quick shot, too. Just shoots him in the face. But it's like it's like a 2-second scene.
Yes, there's a discussion on the special features in the 50-minute making of on this, where the special effects guys, like, he did this really great effect, and Larry Cohen came over. It doesn't look right. What the heck, you know? Because a gunshot is, you know, it's pretty devastating to a head. You know, if anyone knows how a gunshot happened, like part of it explodes, right? He's like, no, that's not what you should do. And Larry Cohen takes like some mortician's wax and does this really crappy like pinhole, and that's what he filmed. That's why it's 2 seconds, because it's like awful looking. So that's what happened with that.
It was like in the cheek too.
Yeah, it was all. There was some in the forehead. It was in the forehead, actually. There was some in the cheek.
I thought it was on the cheek.
Yeah. So, hey, what are you gonna do?
It was really jarring. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, he just got shot in the face.
Super. Like, it was literally like 24 frames, 24 frames tops. It was like that.
And this is when the army attacks, not the real army, but crazy guy's army. They blow away the guy that shot the guy in the face, and just the stuff just comes out of all the bullet holes, which he finds disgusting, the colonel. He likes blood, but that's disgusting.
So he actually says, I like the sight of blood, but that's disgusting. His actual line. It's like, oh my God, he's not a good person, as I said. So.
And then you get this voice over the intercom. It's like, you know, pretty much saying they're under attack, and, you know, do what we've told you. And they just all start running away. And they're being chased, and in a room, and it looks like there's just a bunch of dead people. All their mouths are opened, and the colonel smashes one of the heads, and you kind of realize the colonel thinks they took suicide pills, but we all know the stuff has left them.
Yes, left the host.
The stuff has escaped, and the girl is sickened by all the open mouth people and takes the kid and leaves. But they are attacked by a large amount of stuff coming down the hallways,
which is fire retardant foam in that shot. So, yeah, just things I remember.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird scene because they're like in those metal containers, and they're just slowly moving from one to one. And then they like jump out the door. It's like a really slow chase.
Yep, slow speed chase. Can you confirm?
But then it's a really cool shot of it, like blowing out the walls and covering some of the army guys.
Yeah. Oh man, that's such a great shot. I like a lot of the sequences in this movie.
And then it's a little confusing because the colonel's like, "Just leave it here. We gotta go tell people." They just leave.
Leave the corpses laying around. You know, people having vats and shit, not sanitary whatsoever.
Just giant pile of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't go anywhere. It's like, it just went down the hallway.
I can't, like, you know, change or chase anybody. That's because he doesn't know. He doesn't understand. So. He thinks it's mind control communists, remember? Communist mind control. Excuse me. I would just dyslexia that.
He claims he has excuse me. He claims he has radio stations. So that's where they head.
Right.
They're about getting ready to go on air. They're writing down stuff. And then Chocolate Chip Charlie shows up. We haven't seen him for like
45 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes, easy. Hey, Charlie, what's up?
He shows up and works his way in the studio, and he's going to be on the air, but the Colonel's kind of racist and doesn't really want him to be on the show, on his radio. A little more for that character. But he's seen some shit, so Colonel's going to allow it. But Chocolate Chip brings her to the room like he wants to tell her something, and he's got the stuff in him.
Yep.
His mouth gets really big. It's really weirdly colored inside too. Like
it's like pink and then a bunch of like orange and black spots, and he looks like infected. I wonder if that's like a side effect of the stuff. It's like an infection, right? So maybe that's what it is. I never really considered that because all those distended mouths are like that, actually.
Yeah, his face just falls off, and it like falls into a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, in a puddle.
He had a lot of stuff in him.
He's stuffalized.
And the kid ends up coming in the room too. So it's the kid and the girl in there, and the stuff cornering them. And they bust out a window, and save them, light the stuff on fire.
Which is very effective. Because fire kills a lot of things.
And then I didn't think about this too. They just lit that room on fire, and then just go in the other room and do the radio show.
Right? The whole room's just ablaze. They're just gonna do the radio show still. It's in front. You even see the room burning and melting and shit. It's like, oh my god.
And then the radio show goes out. Get rid of the stuff. Destroy it. If your family's been eating it, take it to the hospital. I don't know what the point of that
Pump
would
their
be.
stomachs, maybe?
And so now we have maybe. Now we have like a scene of like just a big pile of stuff burning.
Yeah, everyone's burning their stuff.
Just chucking containers into it. The thing I probably laughed at the most was like they had little stuff stores. They kind of looked like they had creamies or soft serves on it, depending on what coast you're on.
It's just containers of stuff. There's nothing special about what they serve.
Yeah. But they just blow the building up. There's probably no stuff in it, but they just blow it up just because it's a symbol, I guess.
Yeah, it's right next to an A&W you remarked. You're like, oh no, A&W.
There was a KFC there too.
Oh my god. Well, those things are often paired together, actually.
And so they've blown up where the stuff's coming out of the ground. They blew up the facility, like the place where it's all being mixed and packaged. They're just blowing up anything to do with the stuff. But we run into the guy that runs the stuff and the guy that hired Mo to steal the stuff. And now they're working together. And they're gonna repackage the stuff. Was it like less stuff?
The taste.
Like, this is less stuff than before. So
yeah, they want to put 50% less stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
like that's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, they're repackaged as the taste.
The taste, which I said,
Mo has something else in mind,
and call the product and the new stuff called the Taste, or call the movie The Taste.
Yeah. It should be sold as like animal foods. Only animals are affected.
Oh God. Yeah, that's what we want. Our animals to break apart when we accidentally whack them in the face while disciplining them, like Bad Dog. Oh God damn! I gotta get a new dog. I broke this one. Stuff. It makes your pets brittle.
Probably shouldn't whack it out at the beginning.
Hey, you gotta. I'm just saying. So.
But anyways, they're all like, "Are we gonna do this?" And then Mo pulls a gun out, and he's like, "Had a different mind." Kid comes in with a box of stuff, and they force him to eat it.
They basically,
of course, once you get the taste, you just
Yeah.
gobble it up anyways.
It's murder either way, so I would have like taken the bullet.
Yeah.
Just shoot me, fuck it.
Yeah. It's like they should have had him shoot me. That way that Mo would get in trouble for murder. I mean, otherwise these two just ate a bunch of stuff and died.
Right?
Mo had nothing to do with it.
And then stuff is found illegally on the streets because it's now a drug. So.
Yep. It even tasted like in the movies where they always taste the cocaine, like That's what they were doing with like the stuff. He's like,
dips his finger in it. Yep, that's the stuff.
That's really the stuff.
Yep.
Also, at one point, the colonel calls
reference?
it an alien. Yes. Where's the stuff?
Where's the stuff?
But on the radio thing, the colonel calls it an alien. But they never explain that it comes out of the Earth, so it's probably not alien. It's from this planet.
Well, I think it's implied that it's from space, but now on Earth. But it's never clearly defined if it's either. So
no,
I just think that I remember hearing about that in somewhere along the line. Doing the background research on this movie, I just think that I can't pinpoint it. So, yeah. So yeah, the stuff,
and that's how it ends with them selling it in the streets.
Yeah, this is a fun flick. I would say if I were a plebeian, I would say it would be a guilty pleasure, but I don't feel guilt for the pleasure. So I really like the stuff. It's only a 3 out of 5 stars because like there's some plot issues and some effects issues and some acting issues, which are all common with these kind of low budget films. So nothing unexpected, of course.
Yeah, there's not enough stuff. For me, there's more stuff.
Yeah,
there's a lot of the scenes of not stuff.
There's too many talking heads, not enough white crap killing people.
Yeah.
So, there's some interesting tidbits. So Larry Cohen got the idea to do this script from the fact that cigarette makers gave soldiers in World War II cigarettes for free. Because they knew they would get addicted, come home and make a market. So he's like, well, what if they did that with a food product? Corn syrup. Sorry, what? Anyway, and so he took that idea and ran with it. So it's kind of like it's a Blob meets drugs. It's Blob meets drugs conspiracy film. So there's a little bit of James Bond, a little bit of a drug film, and a little bit of a spy movie, bit of random whack. There's so many elements in this movie. It's so scatterbrained,
Yeah. That's where I was having issues of like, does this scene take place or is it this one?
Most of the time, I'm guessing it doesn't matter for the most part. So. Especially near the end, where things are just kind of happening. You're like, whoa, thing after thing after thing. And then suddenly the stuff happens, and then the end of the movie. I did like the end little tag though with the like them doing the drug deal for the stuff. I thought it was really really funny. So,
I mean, there are people full of the stuff and they're addicted to it, so there's a market there.
Wow, I gotta get the 2000 Anchor Bay DVD because there's an audio commentary. Some of the substance props or stand-ins for the real stuff used in the movie included lots of Haagen-Dazs ice cream, yogurt, and for one scene involving an enormous avalanche-like effect of stuff crashing through a wall, a fire extinguisher foam. Other shots included other shots, such as ones of the giant lake of stuff, required superimposed images and animation. Here we go. And according to the 2000 Anchor Bay DVD, the scene in the motel where the stuff comes out of the mattress and pillows and attacks the man on the wall and ceiling was shot in a room that could turn upside down, allowing the stuff to move up and down the wall. It is the exact same room used in Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984, when Johnny Depp's character Glenn is sucked into his bed and his blood is regurgitated back out into the ceiling. So that's kind of cool.
They just have this rotating room sitting around.
Yeah, just one of them. There's one. Wow, Arsenio Hall was considered for the role of Chocolate Chip Charlie. That would have been awesome. Oh my God, Arsenio, you should have taken it. I don't think it was offered to him, but still.
I like that he's called Chocolate Chip Charlie, and the only thing you really get from it is when they're at the bar, he asks, or at the, I guess it wasn't even a bar, it was like a restaurant. He asked if they had chocolate chips, like chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
It was like never hinted, unless like his company they made chocolate chip cookies, the one he lost.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I feel like there's some missing stuff. I actually haven't looked at. There's no deleted scenes, I don't think. So I bet there are deleted scenes that are just not present. So apparently, Michael Moriarty and Paul Sorvino, that's Mo and the Colonel, both appear in 31 episodes of Law and Order together from 1991 to 1992. That's an interesting little tidbit. So yeah, that's all the random trivia bits I got. So, we neglected to choose the movie for next week. Like we said we were going to do before we went live, and we totally didn't do it because, reasons.
It's true. Well, I do have the Mutilator coming.
Well, but I don't know when
that at some point
we'll be ready. So, I got to schedule that with him. So, all right. Well, you picked the stuff, right? So, how about?
Well, I held it up. You said,
held
let's
it
do
up.
it.
Okay. Well, that's close enough. Do you have anything else to hold up that I can judge? Anything in arm's reach?
I have White Fire coming.
Oh God. Oh, how about we watch this?
Rolling Thunder.
How about we watch this? I will send you a copy of this.
The Bloody Ape.
Yeah, this was sent to me 2 years ago by Wildlife for a review.
Sounds fun to me.
There's a writer-director commentary. It's only 77 minutes too. It's also known as Son of Sweetback versus Kong. So if that doesn't tell you, I don't know what to tell you. From 1997. So yeah, okay, we'll do the Bloody Eight next week because why the fuck not? So, do you have any last words, Owen? Any other comments, thoughts?
I'd say it was good stuff. That's what I'll say.
Okay. 2 thumbs up. Jordan approves. We'll see you next week with the Bloody Ape, folks. Take it easy. Peace.